And this house, built by his son Ben in 1872, has been known through the years as the Maples, due to the large trees in the front yard planted by Van Raalte himself. These trees stand today because of the industry and vision of Albertus Van Raalte. Today, the DeGraff Nature Center taps the maples and demonstrates how maple syrup was made centuries ago. Innovation and ambition today can pay dividends for decades. Lawrence and Vanderswart, interested in our history, invested in our future.
Welcome back inside the Voss Fieldhouse. Brajan Crispin alongside assistant coach Kyle Irby. Coach, thanks for being here. This is the 123rd edition of the rivalry. Just give me a little insight into what these players are thinking as they play this huge game.
Sure, it's been a great week of preparation. This is a rivalry with a lot of history. It's fun. A lot of these girls know each other. There's respect, but at the same time, it's a rivalry, and our girls are prepared really hard for it. We're really excited to get going.
Absolutely. So Hope comes in sitting at 18-3 overall. Calvin, meanwhile, the coaching transition midway through the season. They're sitting at 10-12. It's easy to play up or down to your opponent. What do you have to do if you're Hope coming into this game? The better team in the standings, but any team can be any team on any given day.
Yeah, it's well put. It changes nothing. Where they're at, this is a rivalry. This is going to be a tough game. We've got to play hard. We've prepared well. We got to be ready for a battle tonight. We're really ready to go and excited for the opportunity.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll be right back shortly before tip of the anthem. I'm Brajan Crispin alongside assistant coach Kyle Irby. Thank you. We'll be right back.
At Lawrence and Vanderswart, we are interested in the history of our community. In 1851, Holland's founder Albertus Van Raalte wanted to establish a secondary school where students could get the best education with an emphasis on Christian character. Originally called Pioneer School, Van Raalte set up classes in an orphanage on 12th Street. By 1857, the new Van Vleck Hall was completed. It provided classrooms, a library, and housing for 10 students along with the school principal. In 1862, the school was renamed Hope College, and the first graduating class received their diplomas in the spring of 1866. Innovation and ambition today can pay dividends for decades. Lawrence and Vanderswart, interested in our history, invested in our future.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight at Voss Fieldhouse in the campus of Hope College for this version of the rivalry. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a full tilt battle between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Calvin Knights. Hope is coming into today's contest 18-3 overall, 2-10 in conference play, while the Knights are 10-12 overall, 5-8 in conference play. I am Eric Van Swal, privileged to be joined alongside by Carly Van Swal and Paul Van Swal for the broadcast tonight. We are about a minute and a half away from the national anthem and starting lineup, so give us your keys to the game, Carly.
Well, I think for both teams it's going to be a battle of the bigs down low. Dad, I think you can attest to this in the last game that you saw that you were there. Both Frankie and Gabby Timmer were big players on the court. Gabby came in with 15 points and 9 rebounds. And Frankie Buchanan made her name known in the paint as well. So I think it's going to be a battle of the players in the paint, and then what team can shoot outside the arc.
And Paul, what do you got for us tonight? A couple keys for Calvin.
Calvin, they got to win the battle of the bigs. We talked to Frankie after the last game, and she said that she was surprised by Gabby Timmer's size and ability. So we'll watch that matchup. But really, the biggest challenge for Calvin is to hang with the Hope backcourt. Hope goes at least 6 deep in the backcourt, and Calvin's going to have a struggle with keeping up with that. That'll be one of my keys to look for.
I love it. I love it. Well, Hope College is coached by head coach Brian Morehouse, and Calvin is coached by interim head coach Austin Randall. And we are about 10 seconds away from hearing the national anthem. So we will let PA announcer Darren Dijsselmar take it away for that and the starting lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the City of Holland's Police Department Honor Guard. Gentlemen, to honor America with the plea of our national anthem, please welcome Hope College Trombone Choir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here in the campus of Hope College for tonight's women's varsity contest between the Knights of Calvin College and your Hope College Flying Dutch. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Knights at 1 forward, a 5'10 freshman from Holland, number 20, Maddie Vanderswaa. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutch, a 6'3 sophomore from Holland, number 5, Olivia Voskal. At 1 forward for the Knights, a 6'2 senior from Grand Rapids, number 23, Rachel Warners. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutch, a 5'10 sophomore from Zeeland, number 20, Kennedy Schoonveld. Starting at center for the Knights, a 6'3" freshman from Caledonia, number 24, Gabby Timmer. And at center for the Flying Dutch, a 6-foot senior from Grant, number 21, Francesca Buchanan. At one guard for the Knights, a 5'6" junior from Grand Rapids, number 11, Kara Minderhow. And at one guard for the Flying Dutch, a 5'9" sophomore from Grand Rapids, number 22, Sydney Muller. And at the final guard spot for the Knights, a 5'7" freshman from Castle Rock, Colorado, number 15, Abby Cooley. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutch, a 5'7" sophomore from Flushing, number 23, Lauren Newman. The Knights of Calvin College are coached by Austin Randall. The Flying Dutch of College are coached by Brian Morehouse. Your officials this evening, Miss Lachey Hobson, Mr. Danny Gonzalez, and Mr. Doran Stewart.
Well, there you have it, folks. Rounding rendition of the national anthem played by the Hope College Trombone Choir there, as well as an impressive color guard display and starting the lineups for both teams. You can throw the records out tonight. I know we mentioned them already, but this is the rivalry, and records don't matter. We're about 30 seconds away from tip here. Any final thoughts from either of you before we tip off?
To see if Hope can get Frankie established early. It was a slow start for her on Monday night. They got her going right at the beginning of the second half, so let's see if they try to establish Frankie early down low.
Yeah, in their previous game, Hope took the win 50-38 when it was at Calvin, but both teams had poor shooting percentages. Hope just at 31 and Calvin at 23. So we'll see how both teams do with that percentage today.
And Hope wins the tip. Controlled across the timeline to start the first quarter here, Lauren Newman.
Calvin started out in the zone. Calvin starts out in the 2-3 zone right away.
Didn't benefit him on that. Quick bucket for Hope. Calvin's got the rock now. Out top, that's number 20, Maddie Vanderswag. The three-pointer was up there, off the mark from Gabby Timmer, but it's going to stay in possession of the Knights underneath the basket.
Maddie Vanderswag, a local here from Holland, went to Holland Christian, so this is almost a home game for her.
As much as a home game can be when you're playing for the rival team.
Exactly.
Travel right there from Abby Cooley in the corner. It's going to be the first turnover of the game for the Knights.
First shot by Calvin was a 3 by Gabby Timmer. Let's see if she tries to take Frankie outside and draw her away from the basket.
Newman running the offense for Hope. Good passing inside, kick back out to Voskel. Over to Newman, she's going to take the wing three, back off the heel. Voskel with the rebound, lays it up off the rim, knocked out of bounds off the Knights.
Now on Wednesday, the Dutch did get some experience with the 2-3 zone against Kalamazoo, and one of their biggest assets on Wednesday was ball movement, so hopefully they can bring that in here today.
As Paul mentioned earlier, Calvin staying in that zone. That one's off the back of the backboard there from Buchanan. Calvin back the other way. Abby Cooley running the offense, picks up her dribble, hounded on the defensive end, gets it away, driving down the lane, left-handed layup off the window. Kara Minderhow there for the first point for the night.
Beautiful drive and a high left-hand finish over Voskel. That was a great move.
Nice finish there. Muller skip pass all the way over. Voskel's got it. Back to Muller in the corner. She hard drive. Offensive foul there. She looks a little incredulous.
Sid with her head down on the drive. Didn't see the defense sliding over in front of her till it was too late.
Good call by the official there. Calvin back with it. Cooley directing traffic. Hands off there to Minderhout. Likes left hand, spins back to the right. Tip. And stolen away by Buchanan.
Olivia Voskel with her hands in the passing lane. She's tough to pass around with that wingspan she's got.
Inside to Voskel. She makes a nice pass to Buchanan, but it's off her hands and out of bounds.
So the Dutch doing a pretty good job at ball movement in general down low. It's just those passes. They're getting down low in the paint, picking up their dribble, and making those 2-foot lob passes. And Gabby Timmer and Rachel Warners have a lot of length down low as well as Bosco and Buchanan. So those are passes that they can't make.
Speaking of bad passes, there's back-to-back turnovers right there. One from Calvin and one from Hope. And Rachel Warners has it inside. Karams off the rim. Strong rebound there by Gabby Timmer, and she's fouled.
Mascuni was falling out of bounds on her steal, so she just threw the ball back to the middle of the floor. Gave Calvin a decent look at the rim.
That call on Sydney Muller, so that's her second. 2 quick fouls for her in the first quarter.
Calvin triggering it in underneath their own basket, running an inbounds play. And we got a 5-second call. Did not get it in time.
Kayla Russell, who was subbed in for Sydney Muller, usually not the sixth man off the bench, but in the last couple games has made a huge difference on the defensive end, and I think that's what Coach Muller is looking for from her today.
And so far, points are at a premium in today's game. There's been 2.5 minutes and 4 total points there. And that one's off the mark from Schoonveld. The ball's loose all the way back into the backcourt, and still loose. Coming away with it is Hope, and we have a whistle. Coach Brian Morehouse with a heads-up timeout there.
A lot of frenetic energy from both teams. Nobody's playing smooth at this point. Hopefully the hearts settle down here a little bit and we start seeing some good basketball. The passes are a little frantic, and the shots are a little rushed.
And I think that's in part because part of the reason that Coach Morehouse called timeout here was just to settle everyone down and remind them of what the goal is.
Yeah, I mean, we're only a couple minutes into this first quarter, and Calvin already has 4 turnovers, and Hope already has 3 turnovers, and that's a stat that you don't want to have, and I think that completely describes this game, that stat is the leading stat for both teams right now, is turnovers.
I think that is a great point, especially considering each team has 2 total points.
Right.
Yeah, and with Sid Muller on the bench already with 2 fouls, that takes a 3-point threat away from Hope's offense.
Newman gets it to Schoonveld on the wing. Skip pass over to Russell. She's looking inside for Buchanan. It's not there. She resets. Looking inside for Vosco and Buchanan, but Calvin playing some tough D. Newman with a drive here. Right into the teeth of the defense. Great block from Timmer, and it's off Newman.
Great session of defense there for Calvin. They rotated as a unit that time, and Gabby Timmer with a great block at the end.
Got to see a replay of that block, how she knocked it off Newman's shoulder to give Calvin the defensive stop and the possession. Cooley picked up her dribble, and Coach Randall is going to call a timeout for Calvin before any more damage can be done.
And that's the second time Cooley's done that. She's picked up her dribble well without any help anywhere near here. And when you're the point guard in such a big game, you got to be able to facilitate the offense, whether that's starting with making a good pass or making a drive to kick out. You can't pick up your dribble when you're the point guard.
That's a testament to Hope's pressure defense on the outside. The guards can gamble big time on the outside and put a lot of pressure on the Calvin guards because they have Vosco down low to erase any mistakes they make.
And so far in this game, over 3 minutes played, 4 total points, and a lot of good defense on both sides. Defensive energy is definitely here in this first quarter. Warner's going for the high-low with Timmer there. Nice left-hand layup and in.
Great play out of the timeout, a little high-low action for Calvin. Warner's with a great pass down to Timmer for the easy bucket.
You like to give the coach credit there for drawing up a great play off the inbounds.
Absolutely.
Hope with another skip pass across, trying to beat the zone with passing. Inside for Buchanan, unable to handle it. And here comes Calvin, another turnover by the Dutch.
It should be a bounce pass in there, not a pass up at about the 9-foot level.
But I don't think that was a pass intended for Buchanan. I think it was a kick-out pass intended for Newman up top.
Could have been. That explains it.
Calvin almost had a turnover, but they were able to maintain possession. And Vandersweg knocks down a 3 from the corner.
Now, not something we're used to seeing from Hope is such a slow start, but you got to give props to Calvin on this 2-3 zone. Timmer and Warner's completely taking away the middle and the paint from Hope.
Early 7-2 lead for the Knights, 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Here's Newman for a 3 from the corner. Answer, no good. Rebound, Schoonveld blocked away. And it's out of bounds off of Calvin. Going to stay under the Dutch basket and get a couple subs here.
Scooney with a great offensive rebound. Didn't see Warner's right behind her, and Warner's erases any good look that Scooney had at the basket.
We'll see DeSchmidt and as well as Natalie Cott check into the game. And Dad, I think that's something you mentioned earlier is we'll see if Calvin can keep up with the amount of subs that Hope's going to throw at him.
Yeah, this is the wave of substitutions. We'll see if the stamina stays up for Calvin.
Strong move from Buchanan, too hard off the backboard. Calvin coming down with the rebound. In at point guard is Bailey Gallenbrown now. And Hope's going to come away with that one. Natalie Cott's in on the wing. She's looking inside for Vosco. She's taking the left hand there. Nice left hand move around Timmer for the lay-in.
Great entry pass to Olivia on the block, and then she uses a strong left hand to get over the defense and get a nice bucket.
Gallenbrown is running point now. Strong drive from Minderhout, and she's going to draw a foul.
Slight hand check.
Referees are trying to gain control of the game early on.
I think we've seen some more contact already that wasn't called.
That's 3 fouls for the Dutch, none for the Knights. Calvin underneath their own basket. Lobs it up, and no one was home. Natalie Cott comes down with it, but she's playing for the Dutch, and they take it the other direction.
Carly, what do we always say? Lob passes don't work, right?
Exactly.
Right there.
Shuffling of the feet from number 31, Mallory Gerber, into the game for the Dutch. Another turnover. Back to the Knights, and we got a line change for the Knights here.
The whole kind of state of this game is not something that Hope's really used to. Hope's used to running a lot, pushing a lot of transition offense and defense. And there's a lot more set offense and defense and a lot more out-of-bounds plays that are happening. So just more of a slower-paced game than Hope's really used to.
I think that's a testament to the game plan Coach Austin Randall's put together here for the Knights.
Calvin's getting back on defense excellently.
Minderhout with the left hand, caroms off the rim. 2 Dutch players fight for it, and coming down with it is Cott. She comes across the timeline here, swings it on over to DeSmit. Over in the corner for Schoonveld, pump fake, 2 dribbles, stops, pops, and hits.
You see if the new players for Calvin have that same energy that the starters had. Might be tough for them for the next couple minutes as they wear off the jitters. Hope's got 2 starters in there yet.
I love that move by Schoonveld, though. The 3's not working for them, so pump fake and get a jumper.
Loose ball on the ground. We're going to get a kick. It is going to stay with the Knights. And one of the substitutions for Calvin just a moment ago was starting point guard Abby Cooley. She was out for a brief moment and came in with the other subs. She gets the ball inbounds there. Strong right hand layup. No good from Becca Richards. And it's going to be out of bounds off of her.
Ashley Thomas just came in the game for Frankie Buchanan.
And Maddie Vanderswag comes in for Kara Minderhout on the Calvin side. 7-6 our score here. 3:40 left in the first quarter. Dutch have the ball. And that's Casey DeSmit on the wing, swinging it over to Natalie Cott. They're playing catch. DeSmit sees the open 3 and knocks it down.
Wide open. Simple mistake by the Calvin defense. Didn't rotate to a wide open shooter.
Back the other way, Vanderswag inside, gets the kick out to Richards. She's looking inside for Timmer, who goes in and puts it off the window for 2.
Timmer's strength's going to be a challenge for
Ashley Thomas.
Nice answer there from Calvin. 9-9 the score now. Another skip pass. We've seen a lot of those in the zone. And DeSmit thought about it after hitting the last one, decided to drive, kicked it out to Cott, who has it now. Running floater in the lane. 2 bounces off the rim, brought down by Vanderswag.
She lost the ball just as she picked up her dribble. It wasn't good in her hands, and I think that's why she missed that shot.
Here's Cooley right near the timeline. Vanderswag by the anchor, picks up a dribble, swings it over to Richards. Lost the handle on it briefly, got it back though. Defended nicely by Schoonveld. Shot clock down to 7. Coach Randall's counting it out. 4 to shoot in the corners. Cooley got it for 3.
Nice rotation by the Calvin offense. Good open look.
Staying cool under pressure with 3 seconds on the shot clock. No pun intended there, I promise. Over to Cott on the far side. Schoonveld up top. Inside now, back outside. Playing that game to Smith again. Too strong. And we're going to get an over the back call on Mallory Gerber, hustling for that rebound.
Stephanie Coors with beautiful position on the inside to draw the over the back foul. Tell you what, Gabby Timmer is going to be a multi-season all-MIAA player. You can see that already in her freshman year. She is a load to handle down low.
Yeah, a lot of the times you guys talk about the height of Hope and how most teams can't match up, but 2 starters for Calvin are over 6'3" as Richards knocks down that elbow jumper for Calvin.
Yep.
Casey DeSmit out top. Her and Cott playing catch on the right side. Russell with it on the wing, 1 dribble. Swinging around, good ball movement by Hope. Nice left-hand move from Gerber, and she gets fouled and is going to go to the line for 2.
Gerber had the 3, but it was going to be a little rush, so she wisely put it on the floor and drew the foul.
Number 10, Stephanie Coors picking up the foul there, the freshman from Evergreen, Colorado.
Gerber originally started off on this team as a post player, but with Hope having so much height, has kind of moved to a forward position. And I think if I'm Coach Mull in the second quarter, I'm getting my height back out there, especially if Calvin's going to move to a man-to-man.
Good rebound on the free throw from Thomas there, but had it ripped away by Richards, who's running the fast break the other way. Timmer's got it on the block and knocks it down.
Gabby Timmer hasn't come out yet, and she ran the floor beautifully that time ahead of the Hope defense, put in the left-hand shot.
She has a game-high 6 points right now. Moving screen right there on Thomas is the call, and Calvin's going to get the rock again.
Once again, a lot of frenetic energy, a lot of energy being wasted.
There's a lot of young players out on the floor for Hope right now. Kayla Russell, the junior, otherwise you have 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores.
Cooley picked up a dribble again, was able to get it off to Stephanie Coors, who drove in, was unable to connect with the rim there. And Hope's got a chance for a 2-for-1 here if they go quickly. DeSmit for 3. No good. Calvin comes down with the rebound. That's Cooley.
Hope's got to get back.
Richards shooting the 3 in front of the rim. And the last minute of this quarter has been back and forth. There's 19 seconds left. Hope may hold for the final shot. DeSmit to Gerber now. She's looking, gets it over to Cott. 8 seconds left. Over to Gerber in the corner. 5 seconds left. Gerber for 3. Back iron. Picked up by Coors. She heaves from half court, and that's not going to be anywhere close. Good effort there at the end of the first quarter. It is Calvin 16, Hope 10.
And we're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, Lawrence Bannersworth.
We've intentionally never had minimum account sizes. Our philosophy has always been, if you're willing to put in the work and we'll collaborate and we set the plan in place and you're willing to go along with this plan and to put forth effort to this plan, we're happy to work with you. It's what we love to do. And so we have people coming in from the very starting point all the way to, to the wealthy people. It's all different scenarios. Financial planning is not just for the wealthy.
Welcome back to the second quarter of this rivalry matchup between the Hope College, Flying Dutch, and the Calvin Knights. So used to saying the Hope Calvin rivalry. This is the 123rd installment of this matchup and the 101st installment since the MIAA recognized women's basketball as an official sport. And Olivia Voskel starting the second quarter out strong with an immense block right there.
Voskel and Frankie are coming off the bench. They're fresh. Timmer hasn't been out yet for Calvin, so let's watch for that matchup now. See if they can take advantage of.
And taking advantage of Timmer on the
right,
inside,
exactly.
She steals it away.
Exactly.
And Calvin has a shot at a layup on the other end.
Both hands up, though, to deny the pass, and she threw it right into it. That's got to be a bounce pass underneath the shoulder blade.
I have a bad feeling we're going to talk about how you shouldn't make lob passes a lot.
We're gonna hit that point again.
Kara Minderhout for Calvin missed the layup there, but they were able to possession off of the out-of-bounds call.
Hope having all their starters in except for Sydney Muller. Kate Majerus coming off the bench is her first appearance starting for in the second quarter.
Coors got it to Minderhout, but she tried looking inside to Timmer, and nice high side defense from Buchanan on the block gives the Dutch the ball back.
There you saw some of that energy from Frankie. She's been sitting on the bench and does a great defensive play.
How are we looking at turnovers versus points, Carly?
Calvin has 5, while Hope has 8. But the more shocking stat I think that Dad and I were looking at quickly is Calvin first quarter 7 for 14 from field goal range, shooting 50%, and 2 for 4 from three-point range, shooting 50% as well. While the Dutch are 4 for 16 from field goal, 25%, and 1 for 7 from 3, 14%, and then they just have 1 free throw.
Okay, Calvin's going small here, 4 guards and Rachel Warners.
Gabby Timmer getting a well-deserved break there, and right before that timeout, Hope had its 9th turnover of the game and only has 10 points so far, so that's a stat to keep an eye on. Richards backdooring it for Warners. She swings it over to Coors on the wing. She's going up with it over Voskel and knocks it down.
Tough shot over Olivia's outstretched arms, nothing but net.
19-10 lead for the Knights early in the second quarter. Majerus swings it over to Schoonveld, inside for Buchanan, 2 dribbles with the left hand, goes up with the right, gets it blocked partially. Warner's with the board, and here comes Cooley. Kicks it in the corner for Richards, 3-ball, front of the rim. Schoonveld on the break now for the Dutch. Cooley and Richards giving chase, she pulls it back out. Majerus thought about a 3, inside to Buchanan. And back out to reset to Newman. 3-ball from Majerus now. Front of the rim, can't get the roll. Voskel comes down with it. Left hand is good.
Olivia with great energy underneath, just up above everybody, and then finishes strong with the left hand.
Here's Cooley to Coors now. Calvin trying to run a set. Almost gets it stolen away. Warner with it, crossover on Buchanan, going in strong. Got a blocking foul. Bodies hit the floor, and the Hope faithful do not like that call.
I'm going to agree with the Hope faithful. Rachel Warners lowered her shoulder on that, initiated the contact, but she drew the blocking foul.
Gabby Timmer will check back in for the Knights.
As will Kara Minderhout for Rachel Warner.
I'm going to keep an eye on Warner. She hit her head when she hit the floor.
Yeah, I think she seems a little bit shaken up after that, but
it appears to be the reason she came out, especially after making a nice play to draw that foul. Minderhout in the corner, guarded by Schoonveld. Was looking in the post, couldn't find it. Gets it over to Richards out by the anchor. Almost stolen away from by Newman. And Richards goes up with it, knocked out of bounds.
One bright note for the Hope defense is they are making the Calvin backcourt pick it up 25, 30 feet away from the basket several times tonight already.
Erica Tolbert checking in for Kate Majerus. I think that's a smart move, giving Newman a little bit more help with kind of the point guard responsibilities.
And there's Minderhout taking the inbounds pass. Richards looking inside for Timmer with the lob. Gets it. Bodies hit the floor. No call. And Tolbert paying immediate dividends with that substitution. Comes away with the steal.
Quick question, Carl. Did the lob work out?
Voskel did a great job of running back on transition offense there. Just no one had their head up to make a good pass.
Colbert inside to Bosco, throws it to Coach Randall in the corner, but he was wide open, but unfortunately is not in the ball game.
I think Olivia's got to threaten from that 8-foot spot,
say that.
square up on the basket, make him think she's going to take a shot. Then you should see some more openings around the Hope offense.
And usually not one to shy away from a little jumper, but.
Right.
Another turnover there by Bosco. Coach Morehouse is trying to get her out of the game, was unable to do so. The officials say they have to wait until the next dead ball.
I'd love to see Newman even pressure Cooley even more.
And speaking of that, Newman gets the steal, taking it away from Cooley. Off of that pass, nice hedge by Bosco on the pick.
Nice call, Carl, from your lips to their ears.
For once, I didn't get the commentator's curse.
Tell us what the rest of the game's going to look like, if you would. Would appreciate it. It would make my job a little easier. There's Bosco picking up her dribble underneath the basket and jump ball right there.
Once again, Olivia gets 3 feet away, does not threaten the score, and then drops the ball to her waist, which lets the Calvin defense attack her.
And results in a jump ball. Tossed into Schoonveld. Out top to Newman. She thought about it, decides to reset. Frankie wanted it in the middle, did not get it. One bounce jumper there from Schoonveld.
Right there, we just saw how to break this zone defense. It's a power dribble off the wing, and they should be able to rise up from the 15 to 10-foot range and hit a jumper, and that's going to be open all night.
Terrific backdoor pass to Coors. And she got it blocked, but Gabby Timmer there to clean up the wreckage and laying it in easily. She's got 8.
Because Frankie went for the block and did block it, nobody boxed out Gabby, and Gabby was there for the rebound and putback.
That backdoor pass was provided by Bailey Gallenbrown. Can't say how nice of a pass that was as Buchanan gets fouled inside.
Frankie's going to work now. She's been demanding the ball the last 4 times down the floor. They finally get it to her. There's no way she was going to give that one up. She draws a foul on Timmer. That'll be a good defense against Timmer if they get the ball into Frankie a little more, and she can draw a couple more fouls before this half ends.
And that's just the first foul called on Calvin so far in this game.
The first foul?
Yep.
Can you tell I'm stunned?
Buchanan 66% from the line, getting the both done tonight. Hope really struggling to get over the 6-point deficit.
Calvin got a 21-15 lead just over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Richards trying to attack. Gets it over to Minderhout. Spin move there. Nice D by Schoonveld. Forces her to kick out to Richards. 6 on the shot clock. Richards going up with it. Gets it stripped. Picked up by Gerber, and she's fouled by Richards.
I think another pet peeve of the Van Swallows, besides lob passes and bring the ball down to your waist, is fouling 98 feet away from the basket.
And we always tell the players they can't make the shot from there, so why are you fouling from there? That's just unnecessary.
Looked like it was a little bit of frustration foul after getting that one stripped. And as a reward, she is going to receive a seat on the bench for the moment in time. And Coach Randall called a timeout.
It's an unscientific number, but my own personal observation is that 85 to 95% of fouls 98 feet away from the basket are frustration fouls.
Both teams still really struggling in that turnover section of the stat sheet. Hope with 10 now, the Knights with 9. Hope doing a little bit better on field goal percentage now at 30%. Calvin's dropped theirs down to 42%. Hope only getting 6 points, 6 of their points inside the paint, which is an uncharacteristic number for them, while Calvin has 12 of their points in the paint tonight.
Calvin's running a zone trap here, trying to catch the Dutch off guard out of the timeout. Another wrinkle from Coach Randall out of a timeout. Hope's handling it well so far. Buchanan up and in.
Good ball movement. Hope they took a little bit of a chance with a semi-lob pass, but then they get it inside to Frankie, and she can beat a triple team and gets the layup.
Buchanan almost stole that entry pass to the post for Timmer. We got a whistle here and are waiting to hear the result.
He's calling a jump ball. I didn't see it. I thought Gabby traveled. I thought she came off her pivot foot. So I did not see Frankie with her hand on the ball to get a jump ball call there.
I thought if anything it was a foul or a jump ball. Lob into Timmer, elbow jumper, no good. Newman bringing it down.
Great box out from Schoonveld to open that lane up for Newman.
Very flat jumper from Timmer, hardly any arc on it at all. That may be a sign that she's getting fatigued.
Calvin has decided to stay off of the trap for the moment. Buchanan inside, triple team out in the corner for Gerber. 3 ball switch.
Beautiful rhythm by Gerber. Catch, bounce, shot. Nice kick out by Frankie. She was triple teamed in there, and she got it out quick.
I was going to say, what a nice pass from Buchanan. If she steals it away there, leading the break, gets it over to Newman. One dribble, lays it in to take the lead for the...
We may be seeing a classic Buchanan switch. She just decided to throw the switch on, and she's going to take over this game.
And here's the thing about Hope. I mean, they're a good team. Really good in the conference, ranked nationally. In the first quarter, they had a shooting slump, but you can't expect that from the whole game. So it's going to be interesting to see how Calvin responds to that, because Hope is going to have a way better shooting percentage and is going to start kicking it up from that first quarter.
Absolutely. Plus, Hope, all their players are still fresh.
There was a foul there on the Dutch to quiet the crowd as they were starting to get picked up, and it's picked right back up after the inbound pass was knocked off of the Knights, and Hope's going to get the ball.
Back-to-back plays by Timmer, where she's showing a little fatigue. I think that's going to be important as we close the last 30 seconds in this quarter.
Nice ball movement from Hope. Here gets Buchanan with the jumper off the mark. Warner's coming down with it.
Frankie shot-putted that shot. She didn't really snap her wrist to it. That's why it was hard off the rim.
Senior Sarah Castle in to run the offense for the Knights. She had her pass deflected out of bounds by the Dutch, so she's going to inbound it from the side here. Schoonveld getting a hand as she gets a breather. 3:15 left in the second quarter. 22-21 lead by the Dutch. Inbounds to Warners. Over to Timmer, both 6'3" girls, 6 feet away from the three-point line, and Timmer trying to go high-low with Warners, gets it stolen away. Colbert back the other way. Did not want to bring it into the trees inside.
That high-low pass was simply too long. A high-low pass should be anywhere from 12 to 15 feet, no longer.
I mean, we talked about this in our last broadcast, and it's a testament to tonight. The inbounds pass to the post player is just a lost art, and we're seeing it all the time tonight.
Randall thought Colbert got away with the travel there. She may have. In and out from Gerber in the corner. Bodies are hitting the floor again. And we have the ball out of bounds. Looks like Calvin's going to get the ball here.
That's Kayla Russell taking down Rachel Warners. Both players seem to be okay. Gerber was in rhythm on that shot. It just didn't fall. But it was a good look, good rotation on the ball. It was a good shot.
It was 25-20.
Here is Sarah Castle, a 5'4" senior from Wheaton, Illinois, running the point, and she threw it into Colbert's hands, but it was such a hard pass, it caromed out of bounds.
Getting a hand on the basketball. Calvin will keep it across the way.
The Hope defense is really jumping that first pass out on the wing.
Hope staying, pressuring the point guard out top. Castle picks up a dribble in the corner, looks for someone to go. Skip pass all the way across. Dangerous pass picked up by Minderhout. Guarded by Russell. Left-hand drive here. There's a kick to Castle. Banks it off from the free throw line.
Call your banks.
Apparently the bank is open even this late at night on a Wednesday.
Bank is open. I'm not sure her eyes are open, but the bank is open.
Colbert getting called for a travel there that Coach Austin Randall wanted a couple possessions ago.
Yeah, that was from a couple of possessions. He got the travel that he wanted.
We'll see if she changes shuffling her feet before dribbling or not. Calvin with a 1-point lead and the ball. And turns it over to Buchanan, running the break now. There's DeSmit behind the back. Pulls it back out. Colbert up top, swings it over to Gerber. Three-pointer, got it!
You could almost tell Gerber was going to knock that down. Her feet were set. She was ready to go. She was bouncing, ready to get that pass. Great swing.
It even left her hand. Minderhout tried to answer for Calvin, could not get it to fall, and Hope's running again. DeSmit inside, lost the handle on it, gets called for the walk.
It looked like DeSchmidt wanted to go to the outlet pass to Russell and decided against it a little bit too late.
I think as she brought the ball up off the dribble into her hands, she fumbled it just slightly, so she couldn't push that pass out to the wing, and that's what caused the travel.
And Cooley back in, running the point for Calvin. Has the ball in the corner, keeps the dribble alive this time. Contact and a foul. Referee says Francesca Buchanan gets a blocking foul there.
Frankie was somewhat of a silly foul out there 25 feet away from the basket. I'm not sure what she was trying to pull off there.
Her second foul with just over a minute to go before halftime. Coach Morehouse going to pull her out.
And Dad, this is a defensive question for you, for your coaching mind. If you're Coach Mo, would you put Gerber on Timmer, or would you put Thomas on Timmer?
Good question. Well, they're going with Thomas. I think they want the length. Gerber should be able to push around Warner's down low, and she should be able to come off Warner's and help.
But what you guys didn't plan for in your defensive game plan was Kayla Minderhout taking it and scoring over the entire defense there with the left hand.
Exactly, because we were counting on the guards from Hope playing their usual stellar defense and making them pick the ball up from 25 feet away from the basket.
Instead, Minderhout with the layup. Hope's got it back. 45 seconds to go before halftime. It is knotted up at 25. Gerber feeling it. Got it!
Got to ride the horse when it's hot.
Gerber with the hot hand, answer from Timmer, no. And Schoonveld comes down with the rebound, 30 seconds now. Hope with a three-point lead, and shot clock is turned off.
Dutch lucked out there. Timmer with a great run out. She had a good look at it. Ashley was slow getting down the floor. And Hope got to be happy that she missed that layup.
Yeah, a little bit of a rush there, running secondary break layup. DeSchmidt now with 8 seconds to go before halftime, trying to work on Cooley. Gets underneath the rim, kicks it out, finds the hot hand Gerber, takes it to the rack as time expires. Unable to get it to go, and that's the horn for halftime. Your score, Hope College 28, Calvin College 25. We are going to take a 11.5-minute break here. And get back to you right before the end of halftime and talk about looking forward to the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, for the Hope College students, we have 4 prize packs to raffle off. These are Hope College students who participated in the annual Hoops Happening event with creative dining. Students, if your name is called, you need to report to the prize table right over there underneath the basket, the west end of the court. Prize number 1, the grand prize winner wins a Nintendo Switch plus a $50 GameStop gift card, and their 2 friends win a $100 GameStop gift card. Prize winner number 1 is Matt Lowe. Matt Lowe, are you here? Congratulations, Matt Lowe. Prize number 2. The grand prize winner wins a 40-inch smart TV, and their 2 friends win Rokus. Prize winner number 2 is Casey Carlson. Congratulations, Casey. Prize number 3. The grand prize winner wins $200 in downtown Holland gift cards, and their 2 friends win $100 downtown gift cards. Prize winner number 3 is Joseph Morgan. Joseph Morgan. And finally, prize number 4. The grand prize winner wins a $200 Target card towards a new bike. And their 2 friends win $100 Gazelle Sports gift cards. Prize winner number 4 is Adele Carey. Adele Carey, you are prize winner number 4. Hope College Athletics would like to make a special thank you to Creative Dining for their continued support of our student athletes, coaches, and fans. Congratulations to our 4 grand prize winners. Here are your individual scoring stats from the first half. First for the Knights of Calvin College, number 15, Abby Cooley, and number 20, Maddie Vanderswalk. Also number 10, Stephanie Kors, all with 3 points. Number 21, Sarah Castle. Number 22, Becca Richards, both with 2 points. Number 11, Kara Minderhout with 4 points. And team high honors to number 24, Gabby Timmer. She leads the way for the Knights in the first half with 8 points. For the Flying Dutch, number 23, Lauren Newman with 2 points. Number 21, Francesca Buchanan. And number 12, Casey DeSmit, both with 3 points. Number 20, Kennedy Schoonveld with 4 points. Number 5, Olivia Vasco with 6 points. And team and game high honors to number 31, Mallory Gerber, leading the way for the Flying Dutch in the first half with 10 points. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, tonight's game is sponsored by Freedom Village, and we'd like to extend a very heartfelt thank you to them for their support of Hope College athletics. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, a round of applause for our very special guest, the Vicksburg High School Pep Band, under the direction of Mr. Ben Rozier.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to DeVos Fieldhouse here in Holland, Michigan, on the campus of Hope College for this version of the rivalry between Hope College and Calvin College. I'm Eric here with Paul and Carly. It's 28-25 lead for Hope here going into the second half. Carly, what do you got for us stats for the first half?
Just looking at the first half, I think we can all agree that the biggest one that jumps out at all of us is the turnover gain. Calvin with 13 turnovers in the first half and Hope with 12. That's almost half points that both teams have. That's a horrible set to have. You don't even want that for a full game, but you shouldn't have that for a half. And then another one's looking at shooting percentages. Hope with about 39% from field goal range, 33% from three, and then 42% from field goal range for Calvin, and 42% also from three-point range. And then just also the last one, points in the paint. Calvin has 14, while the Dutch have 10. And I think if you would have asked us in the beginning what we thought was going to happen, was most of the points were going to be in the paint.
And while Carly was rattling off those stats, you got to see a couple highlights from the first half. Now you are looking at both teams preparing for the second half, and we will as well. Paul, what are your thoughts for the second half?
A couple of the keys I'll be looking for will be stamina. Both teams keep their energy up. Specifically for Calvin, the key will be if Gabby Timmer can keep her energy up. She was in almost the entire first half. Hope keeps shuffling players in, so their players are always fresh.
Leading scorers from each respective team. Gabby Timmer has 8 for the Knights and a game-high 10 for red-hot Mallory Gerber for the Dutch. Both teams are finalizing their second-half game plans here. By way of the jump balls, Hope is going to take it here to start the second half. They have a 3-point advantage with 20 minutes left to play.
Calvin starting off in man-to-man. Did a lot of zone, especially in the first quarter.
And Hope's full starting lineup out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Looks like Calvin is as well. Hope drawing up a beautiful play to start off, getting a wide open layup for Kennedy Schoonveld.
Scooney on a backdoor cut wide open. Calvin defender turned her head, and Scooney wisely went to the basket.
And here's a steal by Vosco, picked up by Schoonveld. She's taking it in against Rachel Warners. Goes in hard and lays it in. 4 quick points for Schoonveld. Less than 30 seconds into the start of this third quarter.
Great shot by Scooney over the 6'3" Warners with about a 6'6" wingspan.
Very tough shot. She gets it to go. Hot start for her and Hope starting off the first couple possessions here. Cooley, the starting point guard, has to hit for the Knights. Gives it over to Timmer. Jumper from the corner. Karams off the rim. And didn't see a lot of Sydney Muller in the first half. She pulls down the rebound there. Trying to go coast to coast with it. Flips it out in the corner. Buchanan at the free throw line. Spin move on Timmer. No good. Blocked away. And back the other way is Kara Minderhoud going coast to coast. She can't get it to go. Rebound by Warners, and she's fouled by Buchanan. That's going to be 3 on her.
Frankie with a rough start on her offensive move. She should have finished with the left hand. She brought it back with the right hand right into Timmer's block. And now on this side, Rachel Warners with an offensive rebound, and Frankie with a push from behind to get her third foul extremely early into this second half.
On the season, Rachel Warner is 77% from the line. Hasn't seen the line a whole lot.
But Carl, as we know, is her former coach and your former teammate. She's key on the free throws.
Yeah.
She has good form. She usually knocks them down.
She spends a lot of time practicing free throws.
She was able to hit the first one. Second one is up and good.
My claim to fame was I was her free throw partner in high school, but
obviously copied your form, right, Carl?
right, yeah, one of us played college basketball, another one's talking about it, so do that what you will.
That pass by Hope was almost thrown away with no pressure. Muller able to recover it. Tried to run that same back door that Schoonveld scored on at the start of the game. Not able to get it, but Muller down on the block, working hard. Out to Voskel in the corner. She's looking to go inside to Thomas, unable to do so. Muller for 3. No. Thomas almost had the board tipped out to Voskel. Goes in strong, no good. Tough rebound by Warners, and she takes it out. Running the break, gets it over to Vanderswag. Here.
Vanderswag ahead of the pack, got set up to her spot and caught it and knocked it down.
In rhythm jump shot there.
Smart move to take the jumper and not force the drive.
After a quick 4 points from Hope, Calvin answers right back, and Schoonveld trying to add to her total. Gets the and one after rebounding her own miss.
Scooney bails herself out. On her first shot, she brought it back with her right hand right into the block, got her own rebound, and then finished it back up and drew the foul. Could be a big three-point play here early in the second half.
It's a few times tonight from both teams we've seen players take it in with their dominant hand and get it blocked.
Because typically they're finishing on the left-hand side of the basket with their right hand, their dominant hand. They got to be finishing with the left hand on that side of the basket, so they have their off arm in between to hold the defender off.
Schoonveld completed the three-point play, and she is in double figures now with 11, leading all scorers. Vanderswag, nice move there. Left hand goes up with it, gets it blocked by Voskel, and she's going to get a foul called on her. Hope did not like that. Even Coach Austin Randall had to smile after that one.
It was a delayed call. I think the ref was actually seeing if the basketball was going to go in the basket before she called it. Olivia did get caught in the air, and then she brought her arm down. So I can see from a certain angle it looked like a foul, but I think she was quick enough to get all ball on that one.
Here's Vanderswag second from the stripe. Splits the pair, 50-50. Well, the believers of the ball don't lie out there. That's tough when it goes 1 for 2. Hope with it now, swinging it out top. Thomas over to Muller, inside to Voskel. Double team, knocked away. Muller hustles it down. Newman directing traffic from the wing. 9 on the shot clock. Left-hand drive. Kick out to Muller in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Backing down is Muller. Flips it up with the right hand. No rim. And it's going to be a shot clock violation.
It didn't hit the rim?
Did not hit the rim on the drive by Muller. Shot clock violation there as nobody had possession of the ball, so technically still Hope's possession as the horn went off.
I thought Sid's shot grazed the rim on that, but I may be mistaken.
I think I'm with Eric on this one.
I think I'm going to trust the referee, myself, and Carly over the guy who has to wear glasses.
Yeah, okay, from 55 feet over here, it looked like it hit the rim.
Running drive there from Cooley, was unable to make it. Timmer goes down hard, hustling for the rebound. Looks like everyone's okay there. And a substitution, hot hand Mallory Gerber into the game for the first time in the second half.
Mallory Gerber, a.k.a. Instant Offense.
I don't call her the microwave for nothing.
And if they haven't before this, we're going to call her that now, right?
I sure hope not.
There's Gerber inside to Thomas. Nice back down there, unable to get it to go, and we got a whistle on the rebound.
I'm bouncing up and down in my chair because Ashley, had she pivoted back left, I think she would have been more open.
23, Rachel Warners with the foul on the rebound. That's going to be her second. Schoonveld right hand lays it in for two.
I was shaking my head on that. I thought Scooney should have taken the three because she was wide open, but she put it on the floor and beat Timmer. That was a great move. Yes.
I don't know if somebody talked to her at halftime, but she has come out aggressively this second half.
For as little as she played in the first half, for her to be the leading scorer, that's pretty amazing stat. She is playing tough.
She, like Buchanan, is one that can just kind of turn it on at a moment's notice, and she hasn't had to do it a lot so far in this season. I think last season we would say that she turned it on a lot more and was a huge offensive presence and made herself known specifically in the first half for the Dutch, and she hasn't really done that this season, so it's nice to see her kind of make herself known and set the tone early in the second half for the Dutch.
Calvin falling back into his zone again.
Travel from Calvin, another adding to their turnover total, as Newman wide open for three, and she puts it in.
Absolute no rotation by the Calvin defense. Nobody out top to get in Newman's face. Easy three.
Well, Newman did not make a shot in the first half, but difficult to miss when you're that wide open. She's playing tough defense here on Cooley. Jumper from the corner, doesn't draw iron, and Gerber, the microwave, comes down with it. Here comes the Dutch back the other way, and Newman driving hard back out to Schoonveld. Newman in the corner looking for another one. Pump fake. Couldn't get the runner to go off the mark. Out of bounds off of Calvin. And we're going to have a couple Calvin players come in substitution. I know, Carly, you're the stat person, but here's one for you. Kennedy Schoonveld, 8 minutes in the first half, 2 total points. We are just over 4 minutes into this quarter, and she has 11. And looking to add to that total now with the ball on the wing.
I'm going to guess sitting on that bench, most of that first half has got Scooney motivated.
Newman looking inside as Calvin's gone back to the zone. Gerber for three. That kind of felt like a heat check.
Yep, definitely.
Definitely a heat check. Her eyes weren't even on the rim when she started her shot.
Here's Coors with the drive, kick out. His way, spins, pivots again, pivots once again. Unable to get it go. Rebound, Timmer, wide open layup. And that's an easy two.
Timmer just out-muscling Ashley Thomas underneath.
Well,
Ashley had position, but
it would be over the back if she boxed out.
That's true. We'll go to the box out. We'll hit Carly's main point of the basketball game.
Hey, we haven't talked about it yet, but
we got no lob passes.
Right.
I'm just saying, it's the best player on the court right now. You might as well box her out and get her foul count up higher.
Absolutely.
Newman for three. No good in the corner. Knocked around, out to Gerber. She couldn't handle it, and Calvin comes away with it. Mitterhout had Coors ahead, but pulled it back.
Sydney Muller with a punch out, but Hope can capitalize on that and lost the ball.
Another lack of box out.
Jumper, no. Yep. Timmer, another rebound. Not able to finish there, but gets fouled by Thomas.
Someone doesn't box out soon. You're going to hear me screaming from the scores table.
Carly, you're absolutely right. The best rebounder for Calvin. No one's laid a body on her in 3 trips, and she's gotten 2 offensive rebounds, and now she drew a foul on that play, too.
If I'm Coach Mo, that's my game plan coming into this. There's got to be one person at all times that has to know where Gabby Timmer is, and she has to box her out. If you take her off the rebounding game, that's huge.
And to both of your points, Frankie Buchanan back into the game. The senior has a lot of experience, so playing with 3 fouls isn't something that I think Coach Mo was too worried about.
No, I would count on Frankie playing an intelligent game here and also tagging Gabby Timmer on the defensive end there and making sure that she doesn't get a rebound.
Timmer knocks down the pair. She's up to 12 for the night. 34, Hope's got the lead. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Kayla Russell's got the rock. She's looking to dish it. Inside to Buchanan, double teamed in the corner, skip pass to Russell. Look to drive, unable to get anywhere against the zone.
They got to find Gerber on that short corner. She's been open a couple times.
There's Muller, put up a three, looked like he got tipped a little bit off the front iron, and Coors comes down with it. Coach Randall is begging his team to push the ball up the floor. Minderhout had to look for three, swung it over. There's a miss right there from Richards. Seeing her first action for the third quarter. DeSmit out top now. Muller looking inside to Buchanan, has it to her. Nice move, pump fake, up and under, off the window, too strong.
Frankie absolutely shot-putted that ball. She clawed the basketball and just shoved it at the basket, not shooting it.
There's a nice move there, up and under to get around Timmer, but was unable to finish.
And she's really struggled from kind of the short distance. She's just 1 for 6 from field goal range. And that's not a stat that we usually see from Frankie.
She had a good idea taking it to Timmer because Timmer's gassed. You can see her breathing, hands on hip. She's fatigued right now. Frankie had a good idea to take it at her, but was not a good shot.
Galen Brown picked it up near half court, was able to get out of the pressure. Coors looking for a pick, runs into her own player. That was Timmer there.
That's because Frankie pushed her there.
Galen Brown no good on the three. Buchanan down with the rebound. Smith looking for a pick. Instead swings it over. Now she's open. Top of the key. Decides not to take it. Another skip pass in the corner. Great ball movement here. Playing the triangle. Caught for three from the corner. Puts it in.
Frankie with great ball movement. Ball got into the middle and she kicked it immediately out to the wing. Good shot.
That's Scott's first basket of the night. It's Galen Brown. Nice through the defense.
No help side defense by the Dutch.
No, I think Frankie thought about it and then decided that the only way she was going to stop her was through fouling, so just kind of gave her the lane.
Three fouls at this point in the game. You kind of have to let that one go. Inside, Muller calling for it, gets it, going up strong against Timmer and puts it in.
Sid the Kid with a circus shot over the long stretched arms of Timmer. That was a great shot.
They missed Gerber on the last possession down there, so good job by Muller to find those open pockets. Timmer didn't even know she was there.
Richards had a great backdoor pass from Galen Brown, kicked it out to Coors. It was no good. Hope came down with the rebound and a foul.
Sid doing it on the defensive end, fighting Coors off there and drawing the foul 94 feet away from the basket.
That was Timmer coming down with the rebound for Calvin. She was not able to put it in. And then Muller was drawing that foul approximately 94 feet away from the basket. Gerber now looking for an angle. Gets to the Cott in the corner where she just knocked down the three. Gerber's wide open, thought about a three, swung it over to DeSmit instead. From the corner to Cott. Hard drive looking for Bosco off her hands. Calvin on the break the other way. All the way to the rim is Minderhout finishing with the left hand. Great conscious decision from her there to switch to the left hand and finish like we talked about earlier.
Great left hand finish there. Calvin's fatigued. Their frontline players all have their hands on their hips. Hope's got to make a push here.
Hope tried to go inside to Bosco. She missed the 8-footer. Calvin back the other way. Double team trap. Somebody's open. It's Richards. She's on the wing. Off the back iron. Kicked out to DeSmit.
Somebody's got to run
like everybody's gas.
Yeah, somebody's got to run with Smith. They had numbers.
40 seconds left in the third quarter. 7-point lead for the Dutch. Bosco has it at the free throw line. Flips it into Muller. She's going for another one. Timmer says not this time.
Went to the well once too often against Timmer.
Coach Randall asking for one shot. Calvin going all the way. And Coors picks up a charge. Mallory Gerber standing in and taking the hit.
Gerber was planning there. As she crossed half court, it seemed like she was there way ahead. Beautiful play.
Calvin's Coach Randall not too thrilled with that. He was calling for one shot. Was unable to get it. Gets a charge instead, which I do believe is technically a turnover.
You would be correct.
25 seconds to go. Hope has a chance to add to their lead.
Talk through it, more! Talk through it, more! Talk through it!
DeSmit just across the timeline. The shot clock is off. Schoon Schoenfeld with it now, guarded by Vandersweg. Crosses over, backs her down, going in strong. Nowhere to go, gives it off to Cott. Elbow for Gerber, and she shuffled her feet with 5 seconds to go. Calvin's going to get a chance to cut into this lead. 5.7 left.
The Schmidt's got to be really aggressive here against Cooley.
Here's Cooley, she gets it across. She's eyeing the clock, driving all the way, and runner, no good. Did not come near the rim there. Tough angle there. I believe Carly has an update on the Calvin and Hope men's teams. Both of them are in action tonight, not playing each other. Obviously, they played just a little bit ago. Carly, what do you got for us?
Hope is at Albion tonight, and they're currently up 42-36, and I apologize, they're at Adrian. My eyes are deceiving me. I think I need my dad's glasses. But an even bigger story right now is Calvin is currently upsetting Trine 72-62. That's a huge game. Trine currently in the #1 spot in the conference for the men's game, so we'll keep you posted on that. They are at Calvin tonight. They have about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in their second half.
That's a big game on the men's side if Calvin holds on.
Calvin and Hope are leading their respective games tonight. Unfortunately for the women's side of things, only one of them is able to win tonight. I mentioned earlier that this is the 101st meeting since women's basketball became an official MIAA sport. The reason I mentioned that, Carly, I'm not sure if you even know, it is National Women in Sports Day today, February 6th. Of our Lord 2019.
It's a big deal here at Hope College. We celebrate that. I think 2 weeks ago, Hope had a huge sports kind of camp that was free for any girl in the area. They had softball, basketball, soccer was there, lacrosse was there. So Hope does a really great job of supporting women's sports here, which you love to see.
And you are all here enjoying the fruits of that support and labor as we're watching this game. Warner's had that one blocked, and Hope has it now up 45-38. 9.5 to go in this contest. Schoenfeld looking for the three, but before she gets the shot off, a moving screen offensive foul on number 12, Casey DeSmith there with a clear out. Lauren Newman coming in for her after that foul. Cooley with it now for the Knights, gets it over to Vandersweg. She's looking inside, has nowhere to go with it. Decides to take a couple dribbles, picks it up, and we got a whistle. Another offensive foul, back-to-back offensive foul. That one is Bailey Gillan-Brown with the foul. Her first.
Ref's starting to look for those moving screens.
Hope with it now inside to Bosco. Hasn't done much as of late. Went with the left hand there, not able to get it to go. Timmer comes down with it, almost threw it away. Cooley brings it down. Gillan-Brown for three out the wing, and she knocks it down.
She knew it right from the release.
I think she was already back in the other half of the court by the time she let that go.
1-3-1 zone for the Knights.
Hope looking to answer. Calvin's kind of taking the air out of the ball here with that zone. Newman, open look, did not come near the rim.
The ball was never good in her hand. She forced that shot.
A little bit rushed there. Calvin looking to cut into this 4-point Dutch lead.
You got to give props to the Calvin Knights. They've thrown a lot of different defenses at this Hope team. And Dad, we talked a lot about in multiple sports. We talked about in softball, but basketball as well. Just throwing a team off for one possession can make a huge difference. I mean, that's one stop that you have on the defensive end, and that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Hope had to come down that time and analyze the defense before they could even run anything against it. Takes time off the clock.
Especially in a game this tight, and Cooley gets the triple try to fall there.
Two great possessions by Calvin, moving the ball quickly. Three-point shooters ready to shoot when they catch the ball.
And now it's a one-point game.
Hope looking inside, quadruple team there on Cott. Got it over to Buchanan. She was not able to finish. And Coach Randall wants him to run.
And why not? It's been successful the last 3 trips.
Vanderswag spinning around looking for someone to go, gets it out to Galan Brown. She makes a nice crossover. Could not get the jumper to fall though, too strong. Did not catch the rim, caught part of the backboard. Hope back. Schoonveld setting the offense, lob pass inside to Buchanan, back to Schoonveld for 3, no. Calvin comes down to the rebound, that's Warner's. Timeout, Calvin. It's gonna be a full timeout.
Both teams a little gassed from this flurry of activity the last minute and a half here, up and down action.
So we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, Lawrence and Vanderswart.
At Lawrence and Vanderswart, we are interested in the history of our community. This farm once belonged to Albertus Van Raalte, founding father of the city of Holland. And this house, built by his son Ben in 1872, has been known through the years as the Maples, due to the large trees in the front yard planted by Van Raalte himself. These trees stand today because of the industry and vision of Albertus Van Raalte. Today, the DeGraff Nature Center taps the maples and demonstrates how maple syrup was made centuries ago. Innovation and ambition today can pay dividends for decades. Lawrence and Vanderswart, interested in our history, invested in our future.
And we're back from commercial break here. Hopefully you enjoyed that message from our sponsors, Lawrence and Vanderswart. Always very generous to the Hope community here. 45-44 in favor of the Dutch. 7 minutes to go in this contest. Calvin with the rock though. Minderhout swings it over to Galan Brown, who's played a lot more this fourth quarter and had a big impact so far. Cooley with it in the corner, backdoor cut to Galan Brown, gets it tipped to Timmer, who lays it in and takes the lead.
Timmer with inside position on Gerber. Don't know how that happens.
Timmer's just dominating the boards tonight.
Hope looking to take the lead back to Buchanan, spins into Timmer, kicks it out. Muller, Schoonveld, back to Buchanan, off the back of the iron, no good, tipped out by Schoonveld, but Calvin comes away with it. Cooley on the break now, over to Warner's, guarded by Gerber, spin move, inside to Timmer, left hand, no, gets her own rebound though, right hand gets that one to fall.
And hey, why not get your own rebound to give yourself a double-double on the night? She's got 10 rebounds.
10 rebounds, 16 points.
Calvin pushing the ball the last 5 minutes, every chance they get.
Funny, Carly, I always talk about how Hope's ready to run, and Calvin's on the run again.
Wow.
Steal by Cooley, left hand. Off the mark, knocked away, picked up. Looks like Newman's got in the corner for Hope. They got numbers if they can get the ball up the floor and run back the other way. Newman still got it. And now resets the offense. Buchanan open at the free throw line. Didn't think about it. Gerber, the microwave. Yes!
Get the ball to Mallory Gerber.
That's all because you said microwave started to heat up as the pass was coming to her.
48-48 now. This one's going to be a good one. We're in for a barn burner, folks, and I hope you're as excited as I am. Steal away by Schoonveld and a hold. Looks like that one's going against Timmer.
That is a big swing. That was going to be 2 points for Calvin, and Scooney comes up with a big steal and then draws the foul from Timmer. What a big swing right there.
Nobody in foul trouble yet. Everybody on the floor for both teams has no more than 2 fouls with just over 5 minutes to go. But this game is knotted up here. Drive by Schoonveld, double pick, swatted by Timmer. Muller for 3. Oh, not able to get it to go.
She thought it was good. She released. She thought it was down.
That was a rainbow there. It was up for a little bit of time. Galan Brown back the other way for Calvin, working on Muller. Tried to pass it over on bounce pass to Timmer. Couldn't get it to go. Stolen away by Gerber.
Great step in by Gerber to get in front of Timmer there to steal the ball.
Muller inside, double team. Gerber off the front of the rim. No. Calvin's coach wanted to travel there, unable to get it, but they are pushing again. Galan Brown loses it off of her foot. It's on the deck. Hope players on it. That's Muller. Gives it up. Here comes Newman back the other way. Schoonveld wanted it on the break. Waited too long to pass it in. Rachel Warner gets back. Nice nice hustle play to knock it out of bounds.
I'm starting to wonder if this pace is going to end up biting Calvin because they're running tired now. They've given it their best effort the last 5 minutes here to knock this game up. The question is, do they have anything left in the tank to finish this game?
And a key question, or person to ask that question to, is Gabby Timmer. She looks the most gassed out.
Hope with a couple more subs. As you mentioned, they like to sub. Cott now with it on the block for Bosco. Taking it at Timmer. Picks it up back to Cott. And Muller resets the offense. Carly, talk about how Hope likes to run, and here Calvin is running. Hope with 5 on the shot clock. Muller fade away, rims off.
Great defense by Calvin. They kept their intensity up the entire.
Hope's got to start rebounding, getting those second chance opportunities on the offensive end.
Fall away from Cooley for Calvin, no good. Muller comes down with it, gets it ahead to Smith, who takes it to at Warner's. Gerber in the corner for 3. Could not get it to fall.
We got to plug the microwave back in.
We got a jump ball here. Hope's going to retain possession of it.
Quick jump ball because Cott had that ball really quickly.
Hope going to trigger it in under their own basket. Let's see if Coach Morehouse has a play drawn up for this to take the lead. They swung it all the way across, tried to get Bosco underneath on the block, was unable to get it. Muller for 3. Yes! Gets it to go!
That's an out-of-bounds play for Hope where they looked for the inbounder after 3 passes. Sid knew she was going to shoot it when she was inbounding the ball. She was ready to knock it down when she got it.
Calvin inside to Timmer, tried to go up with it, knocked away by Bosco. Off of Calvin.
Big swing there. Starting to see Timmer being tired. She got double teamed there and didn't have the strength to fight it. Ball ended up going off of her, out of bounds.
You saw the replay there. Big swing in momentum and a big swing from Olivia Bosco to knock that ball away.
Originally, Coach Mo, he subbed in Newman and Schoonveld was going to take out Muller. Asked Muller if she was okay, wanted to play, and instead Coach Mo took Natalie Cott out.
And the Hope faithful are getting back into it here. Just over 3 minutes left. They have a 3-point lead and an offensive foul.
Newman
with a moving screen. The refs have called moving screens all game, and she's not going to get away with that.
We must have had a point of emphasis meeting at halftime because how many moving screen calls have we had in the second half now?
I think we saw a couple in the first half, but it's definitely picked up here in the second. Timmer's looking for the lob, but there was good help side defense from Hope there. Unable to get it inside. So Minderhout has it, and Vanderswag was not on the same page with her. She was cutting as the pass came through, and it's out of bounds.
Great pressure by Scooney and Muller to create that turnover.
And Calvin can feel the momentum shifting here, calling timeout.
Talking about turnovers, Calvin with 22 total turnovers and Hope with 16, so not a whole lot better in this game.
But that's only 4 in the second half for Hope. What they have at halftime? Do they have 12?
They have 12, yeah.
Yeah, so only.
Oh, they're at 17, so that's they have 5 in the second half.
Okay, so much better job taking care of the ball for Hope in the second half. That's translated into the slim lead, I believe.
Calvin down to just 1 timeout now. Coach Morehouse and the Dutch still have 4 to go.
3 minutes left. It's going to come down to stamina, I believe. Does Calvin have enough to stay in this?
For Hope, they got kind of 3 of their main Energizer bunnies on the offensive end in the game: Gerber, Schoonveld, and Muller.
Yeah, Hope with only 1 big in there right now.
Hope with it now, looking to add to their 3-point lead, passing it around the top of the key.
But I like that Gerber's in the game, can kind of play both ways and pulls Rachel Warner's out of the paint.
Bosco with a beautiful spin move, takes it right at Timmer and lays it in.
Bosco with a monster move. And what we talk about, left-hand finishes from that side of the basket, right? Scramble on the floor. Hope wins it.
On it. Hope comes away. 5-point lead now, just over 2 to go. Let's see if they go back inside to Bosco, who just made a nice move. She has a hard pick there. Muller cutting, gets the rock. Newman in the corner, kicks it back out to Gerber. And Hope's moving it around the outside. Shot clock down to 7 here. Muller has it, picked up her dribble, gets it to Voskuhl. 3 to shoot. She has to pull the 3. Oh, back iron. Rebound, Warner's for Calvin.
Hope can be patient on the offensive end, but they got to end up with a better look than an Olivia Voskuhl 3.
Warner's with it now, looking inside for Timmer. Knocked away by Muller, and Schoonveld comes away.
Muller's done a great job with that Hope defense and just breaking up those passing lanes.
I guess she was telling Coach Mo the truth. She was ready to play.
And Coach Mo going to take a timeout now with a 5-point lead and 87 seconds left in this game. For those of you non-math majors, that is 1 minute, 27 seconds.
Thanks for that,
I think
Eric.
that was directed at me.
Why do I always feel that's directed at me?
Well, I know where I get it from then.
That's the beauty of it. I can direct it at both of you guys, and neither of you do.
Obviously, Carly inherited my math skills.
Oh, yeah, apparently. Screwed me over a lot, too, but it's okay.
Yeah.
During this timeout, I would like to take a moment to give a shout-out to my good friends, Nathan Petrulia and Megan Schroeder, watching this game. The house divided. One of you is going to be happy tonight.
And another thing, I just want to give a big thank you to our crew out here tonight, a couple cameramen, and we have an on-floor camera tonight, makes it really cool, and Steve Secor and all our directors in the back that make the broadcaster look really good. We just kind of sit here and talk, so we got the easy job out of it all, so we're thankful for them and all they do. And before we get play started, just a quick another update. Calvin men up still 79-72 with 40 seconds left to go. This could really rattle the conference for the men's side. And then for your Hope men, Hope up 56-42 on Adrian. I can't see the score clock, so I don't know how much time's left in the second half, but probably pretty similar to the Calvin game.
Great point there, Carly, about our crew and how fantastic they are. My family always said I had a face for radio, so they really do a lot of.
Looks like our whole family does, apparently.
Schoonveld, 2 dribbles, kicks it to Buchanan, swings it over to DeSmit as we restart play here. Voskuhl stepped on the baseline before she got it to go. Unfortunate miscue there, as that would have been 2 points.
Finally, Olivia's long legs are a detriment to her, and she stepped out of bounds.
Gives Calvin a chance to cut it into 5-point lead. A minute to go. 3-pointer on the way in front of the rim. No good from Minderhout there. Gets the rebound. Rachel Warners can't get it to fall either. 3 Hope players for the rebound there. We're able to corral that one.
Warners with a big rebound there, but couldn't get it over Voskuhl's outstretched arms.
Newman slowing down the offense with a 5-point lead, and there's a foul from Galan Brown as Calvin's going to try to put Hope on the line. And a couple fouls here and make them win the game through free throws.
Got a ways to go before they're on the line. Only the 3rd team foul.
And another timeout from the Dutch here. What play are you guys drawing up here?
I'm going to be patient on the offensive end, but make sure we get a good look. That's easier said than done. Hope's got time to burn here. Calvin's got to push the pace on the defensive end. Probably scramble a little bit, try to go for a steal. They need 2 possessions here.
Are you in agreement there, Carly? Is that the good game plan?
You know, I think it's always a good thing to agree with your father, but also agree with someone who has way more coaching experience than I do. So.
Well, when you got 2 possessions you got no choice but to gamble here on defense. Yep, they're sending 2 at the ball.
Now they're looking to foul, unable to do so. Hope passing it around. Voskuhl back to Muller, and Muller's the one who takes the foul here. Going to be 1 more foul, and they'll be in the bonus.
It's 81% from the line.
You can see why Hope wants to have the ball in her hands. The fouls come.
If you're Calvin, you don't want to foul her or Schoonveld.
And I'm going to guess this is why Gerber's coming in for Olivia right now. She's a better free throw shooter than Voskuhl.
That would be correct. Significantly better.
Yep.
At the end of the day, Muller's the one who's going to the stripe, and a little offense, defense. Voskuhl's coming back in. Exactly 34 seconds left as Muller shakes it out at the line. looking ahead to two to her total.
2 big free throws from Muller here. She can make it a 3-possession game. First one for Sid.
Does not get the first one to go, despite being that 81%.
That is uncharacteristic of a Muller girl. They are usually money when the game is on the line from the free throw line.
Muller will have one more.
It's going to stay a 2-possession game, regardless if this goes in or not.
Muller put Hope ahead with that 3-pointer.
That's much more like it for Sid. Pure.
Splits the pair, 54-48, just over 30 seconds left. DeLanne Brown pulls up for 3, almost able to bank it in. Schoonveld comes down with it, crosses over, and evades the defense before getting fouled by Minderhout.
Scooney wanted to shoot that time. She had Sid wide open to dump the ball off, and Sid had just made one. Scooney wanted to step up to the line and take her chance.
Well, she's got to say that she can make 2 out of 2. And
Right. Yep. If Sid had made both, you would have told Scooney to give the ball up, but you're right. She only shot 50%.
Here's her shot.
Scooney is 85% from the line.
And she misses the first one.
The only one better is Jenny Beckman, but she's only been to the line once. She's at 100%.
Hey, you can't fault that. Couldn't get either of them to go. Calvin pushing up the floor, electing not to call their final timeout. Timmer thought about a 3, drives, double team, kicks it over and throws it away. Newman coming. Big steal there from Lauren Newman, and she's fouled with 13 seconds to go. Calvin not taking advantage of their opportunities here in the last minute.
And Hope not taking advantage of their opportunities on the charity stripe.
Exactly.
To make this a less stressful 13 seconds.
Who wants this game?
Newman, 65%.
She's showing the 80%ers how it's done.
Exactly. Closing that gap a little bit more between the missed free throws and her made free throws.
Gets the pair to fall, and now we got a timeout for Calvin. They're down 8 with 13 seconds left. I don't see Tracy McGrady in the building tonight, so that may be an insurmountable lead.
Coach Mo's slapping hands with Newman. He's excited. He knows that's the cushion they needed. They can breathe easy those last 13 seconds.
Not only a big steal, but 2 free throws as well.
Yeah, they put pressure on Gabby Timmer down there. They ran 2 girls at her, and she tried a semi-lob pass, I'm going to call it, and it was intercepted by Newman.
So now one last update. Calvin men 79-76 against Trine. Calvin currently at the line with 6.6 seconds left to go. Makes the first free throw. Calvin does to make it a 4-point game. Hope up 59, make that 61-48 against Adrian. Still unsure with how much time is left in that game. Can't get a good view of the score clock.
And Carly, I'm reminded as we watch on your computer that game online, how great the online broadcast by Hope College is. You guys are far and away the best broadcast out there. I watch many of my former players online, and this is by far the best broadcast. Congrats to Hope College for putting on such a great production.
DeLanne Brown, last second 3. Last-ditch effort there, could not get it to go. Comes off in front of the rim, and Lauren Newman's going to dribble this contest out. And Hope College comes away with a victory in this rivalry match on the National Women in Sports Day. It is a 56-48 victory for the Hope College Flying Dutch over the Calvin Knights in this version of the rivalry. Carly, final thoughts here tonight.
I think that was a great turnaround for the Hope Flying Dutch from that first half, really coming out. Some key players stepped up, Schoonveld, Muller, and Mallory Gerber coming off the bench and making such a difference on the offensive end when it seemed like nothing was working out for them. So got to give a huge shout out to Mallory Gerber on her awesome game tonight.
And Paul, what are your thoughts?
It was a war of attrition. Hope's ability to go 12 deep, I think in the end was key for them to go against the Calvin 8 or 9 players that played. But what an outstanding coaching job by the interim coach at Calvin. He really showed his mettle tonight. He did a great job.
And once again here from DeVos Field House, your final score, Hope 56, Calvin 48. For Paul Van Swal and Carly Van Swal, I'm Eric Van Swal. Stick around a little bit here for the post-game show. Talk a little bit more about this contest. Thanks for joining us tonight.
And we're going to send it off to Brajon Crispin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Postgame Show, brought to you by Lawrence and Vandersburg Financial Planning, done right. I'm Brajon Crispin, and thank you for tuning in this evening. The 123rd edition of the rivalry did not disappoint as both teams traded blows all evening long. The Dutch led 20-25 at halftime, led by shooters Schoonveld and Mallory Gerber. Timber led the way for the Knights, finishing in double figures for the second time in the past 2 games. This game saw it all with 3-point shooting and electric defense, and throughout the game, Hope was held under 40% field goal shooting, but managed to get big shots from Vasco, Gerber, and Schoonveld. With the win, Hope moves to 19-3 overall, and Calvin drops to 5-9 in conference and 10-13 overall. Hope your winners from DeVos Fieldhouse, 56-48. Thanks for tuning into the rivalry. We'll see you next Saturday as the Hope men host Alma College right back here at 3 p.m. Thank you and good night.